is almost the end of 2023, and don't think I forgot about our 4-part series, Becoming a Freelance Video Editor. If you haven't checked out parts 1 through 3, I would definitely check them out here. This series is designed as basically a guide of you going through your first year as a freelance video editor. How to get started, the problems that you may run into, how to get your first client, all of that good stuff. And of course, we can't end 2023 without this part 4, which is a pretty crucial part because you've likely already gone through the stages of building up your portfolio, getting your first client, slowly working into this status of either part-time or full-time freelance video editor. And now that you've gotten to that point, how do we finish out this year in the most strong, successful, confident way as possible to then go into the next year full throttle to be able to really push your freelance business to its peak? So let's dive into it. You're going to want to build a brand. Building a strong brand as a freelancer is obviously so crucial. You are your own business. Your face is your business. Your clients are your business. Everything you do is your business and your brand. So building up that brand, establishing it, and making sure people know about it is really important for you to succeed as a freelancer. This obviously includes a well-crafted website. A website showcases your portfolio. It showcases your skills. It provides contact info and gives possible clients a way to reach out to you. And it basically provides a central hub for people to go to and see that you are more than likely a real person, hopefully.
I'm a real boy!
And a place for them to learn more about you and all the things that you offer. Now, you can go the traditional route of purchasing a domain name and creating a website on Squarespace or WordPress or something like that. If you have an Adobe Creative Cloud plan, you also have the ability to utilize the Adobe Portfolio app and create a free online portfolio that you can then share with anyone. And this may be a little bit easier for you, especially if you're not quite ready to purchase a domain name and build a whole website. This may be a good option for you. Now, building a brand also definitely includes building a strong demo reel. And of course, it's one of the biggest ways to show clients what you're capable of. You probably have made one already. However, at this time, take a look at it again. You might consider adding more to it, giving it a refresh if you're still on the hunt to find clients to build up your clientele. Or you may have found that you made your demo reel towards the beginning of this past year and the target genres or types of clients or types of work maybe have changed throughout the year for you. And so you may want to go back into your demo reel and update some of those things so that when people watch your demo reel, they're truly seeing the kind of work that you would like to be doing. You may also want to consider posting more on social to establish your brand. Even if it's just posting little updates on the projects that you're doing, little vlogs, or day-to-day in the life snippets. So more and more people can learn about what you do. When people learn about what you do, they then want to message you if they are in need of video editing services because they know this is something that you truly do and it's not just a hobby. So definitely find whatever platform works best for you. More than likely, that's probably Instagram, but it could also be Facebook or even TikTok. Maybe if you like making more TikToks, it could even be a place like LinkedIn. Any of these apps are still great for both posting content and for other people finding your content and then wanting to reach out to you. Ultimately, a well-defined brand not only attracts clients, but also definitely communicates your unique value and expertise as a freelance video editor. You know what also communicates your value to clients? Perfect your customer service. This is essential for fostering client satisfaction and gaining a positive professional reputation. Communication, responsiveness, reliability, this all builds trust. And while there are so many videos here on YouTube telling you how to be a better video editor by giving you tips and tricks on actual video editing, let's not forget that video editing is a service just like graphic design, illustration, animation, writing, whatever you're doing, you're more than likely working with another client. And if you don't know how to talk to said client in a professional and polite manner, you're never going to have a sustainable freelance video editing career for yourself. And in fact, if you've gone this whole year and really tried your hardest to go through the motions of becoming a freelance video editor and you're still struggling pretty hard and you can't get clients, does it have something to do with how you are presenting yourself to other clients? The way that you are writing, the way that you are talking to clients, the way that your online profiles look? Your professionalism may need a little check and refresh. So I highly recommend considering that. Think thinking about ways that you can improve upon it for yourself, because it is so important for gaining and keeping clients. Prep for taxes. Now, taxes are a huge part of being a freelancer, especially here in the United States. I am absolutely not a tax expert. However, I have gained a significant amount of knowledge and understanding of the tax world as a freelancer from these people. So I do highly recommend checking them out. I will link them down in the description below. One of those videos does include a tax spreadsheet to keep track of both your income and your expenses as a freelancer, which I think is super helpful. I downloaded that years ago. I still use it to this day. It is the most helpful thing to keep me on track with tracking the kind of money that I'm making versus the money that I'm spending. And obviously that helps me a lot come tax time. You would think that I would be making more videos about taxes as a freelancer, since that is kind of a little part of my channel, sort of the back end of freelancing and video editing. But honestly, I myself have not perfected it enough to where I feel like I could give advice about it. Paying my quarterlies, taking time out of every month for bookkeeping, and keeping all of my invoices and receipts organized and contained and ready for tax season. They're all super important as a freelancer, but I am still working to get better at all of these things. For example, I still won't pay my quarterlies. And getting organized with your taxes can save you money in the long run, as it keeps better track of your expenses, which can save you money on taxes, and it can mean that you're prepped and ready come tax time, so that when it's time to submit your taxes, you're not stressing to compile everything together, thus possibly losing some of those receipts or invoices, and could lead to you potentially missing out on savings. Again, I don't have any really solid advice to you as a freelancer because I struggle as well. However, all I can say is that it's just super important. And so I highly recommend that you check out those content creators for more information on taxes and do your own research to find the information that works best for you. Evaluate your strengths and weaknesses. In the year that you have now been freelancing, you've probably noticed a few things that you really love and prefer to do and are really good at doing, and everything is easy for you. And maybe a few things that you actually don't like doing. They're harder for you to do. They take a longer time for you to do. They just feel like they're not worth doing. This is really important because it's going to give you an idea of how to build a more long-term, sustainable freelance career for yourself. Recognizing your strengths help you to market yourself better. It allows you to utilize what sets you apart, that makes you unique. You can also enjoy your work days more because you're doing the kind of work that you actually like to do. It also has the potential to earn you more money, because if the work is easier for you to do, if you're just faster at it, you're really good at this particular work, you can potentially do it faster, you can potentially charge more for it. This is your specialty. On the other hand, understanding your weaknesses does help you determine what you could focus on learning for next year, or it gives you the chance to consider if you should continue offering that service or skill in your work, or it gives you the chance to consider if you should maybe pay someone to do that work for you. This self-awareness was a huge stepping stone for me in my business, and it really helped me move more efficiently through client work, and it helped me determine what I wanted my business to be shaped into. So I definitely recommend doing that. Protect your mental health. You may have seen me a few times on this channel being a little down in the dumps or being a little bit more reflective on my business. And this will most likely happen in your freelance business as well. Clients pushing boundaries, overworking yourself, and ignoring those self-care habits that support your mental health. This is totally normal, totally valid, and totally will happen at some point in your business. It's guaranteed. You can't constantly be on highs. You're going to go back down again and run into some sort of problem. However, it's really important to know how to work through that problem and what to do to best support yourself. Establishing boundaries, taking breaks, maintaining a healthy work-life balance is really important here. You can also find communities online, meet people, talk to people that are in a similar world as you, where you can share a connection with and grow from and get advice from. Freelancing is absolutely not for everyone. It can be really challenging and really hard on your mental health. So be resilient and take proactive steps towards managing your stress along the way. This is 100% a must. Prioritize the money. The Pareto principle. You may have heard this before. It's also known as the 80-20 rule. It states that for many outcomes, roughly 80% of consequences come from 20% of causes. You can form this into whatever you want in your business or in your life. But in this case, if that is true, out of all of the work that we do, of all the projects and clients that we get, 20% of that work is then gaining us 80% of our money. This can be a really good exercise for you if you have a lot of projects going on and maybe you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe you have too many clients coming in, or you're managing different kinds of clients. Maybe that includes passion projects and a few, little clients over here and maybe one big client over here. Sometimes it can be tricky to prioritize that, especially if you are emotionally tied to certain projects. Well, what is that 20% of the work that makes you the most money? What is that 20% of the work that you find most easy and enjoyable to do? What is that 20% of even just your day to day that you find gets you the most productive results? This is an important exercise to remind you of the work that you're doing every day that leads you to the most results, production, money, quality of life, and what work is weighing you down or potentially even costing you the most money. Now, that 80% can be evaluated in a similar way as the strengths and weaknesses section. Can it be delegated or can it be eliminated? Now, at the end of the year is a really great time to do these kinds of exercises to give you a good overlook of everything you've done this year, all the work you've done, and what has led to the least amount of results or the things that you just, again, don't want to be doing and that you think still need to happen in your business or still need to be done, but maybe could be delegated or, if necessary, even possibly eliminated. And it's using this kind of exercise that lets you then grow into the next year with that 20% being your main priority. Make freelance work for your life. When I was first meeting a lot of people in this industry, networking with a lot of people, getting a lot of other people's Instagrams, I remember a pretty vivid moment when I was looking at other people's lives who I didn't really know that well, but you're just seeing other people in the industry and you're seeing other things that they're doing. And I would look on their Instagram stories and I would see them doing other things that did not involve video editing. They were hikers, they were bakers, they were dancers, they were crafters. They had other passions. So tell me why my brain immediately reverted to, well, they must not like editing that much, or they must not be real video editors. We all have lives outside of our careers. Shocker. And while it's important to obviously love the work that you do, it's also important to love your life outside of that work. In fact, it's the times where I'm so sucked into the work, whether I'm overworked, overwhelmed with different projects, trying to get them all done before a certain deadline. When I'm so sucked into that work, I often have the lowest amount of quality of life. And I've hit some serious all-time lows from being overworked. We need our freelancing careers to complement our lives, not overtake them. Freelancing is an avenue to allow the potential of more freedom into our lives and more opportunity than any 9-to-5 could give us. So why on earth are we wasting our freelance career being bogged down by work that makes us feel even worse than if we were in a 9-to-5? And that potentially makes us end up hating the work that we're doing, which is, in this case, video editing. We are in this for the long game. So cultivating a freelance career that supports you in all that you want to do in your life is the goal here. I want to congratulate you on making it a full year as a freelancer if you have been following along with this series. It's only just the beginning, and I would really love to hear your stories on how freelance is going for you and any things that you have run into in this coming year that you have learned from. So please comment below with your stories. I would love to hear them. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and hit the like button on this video so this can reach more people. Thank you so much to my team. I hope you guys had a really great year, and cheers to 2024. I will see you guys in the next year. Have the best one.